head back to the mansion. I didn't go to Arcueid's apartment. Probably wouldn't even have been there if I had. And besides, I have something else I should be doing. I'll catch her after that. Pretty sure that's like our first normal last day in a long while. Hello, Hisui. Hisui greets me as soon as I come in the door.
Tadaima. いつもありがとう、翡翠。
I sincerely thank her for her thoughtfulness. She must have been waiting all this time. I've caused a lot of problems for Hisui by not taking that thoughtfulness into account. That's why, even if just for today, I wanted to do things by the book and return to the mansion before sunset so that she could fulfill her duties. Aki is looking happy today, too. After having dinner with Akiya, I leave the dining room. I think I was able to play the part of an older brother well enough. The conversation between Akiya Kawaku-san and me was both down-to-earth and spirited. Well, compared to how things used to be, at least. I return to my room and pack up my belongings. Well, I say belongings, but it's really just my textbooks. The knife that's ended up being part of my everyday carry is already tucked away in my inside breast pocket, so the only other things I need to grab are my phone and my white ribbon. I tidy my room and take a deep breath. I never would have guessed that I'd be bidding my own room farewell again so soon. I fully intend to return, but you never know what might happen. It doesn't hurt to say my thanks now, just on the off chance I never make it back. I turn off the lamp. It's 9:30, the perfect time to leave the mansion. Is Arcueid here? I arrive at the park just before 10 o'clock. There's not another soul in sight. I sit down on a bench and wait for Arcueid to arrive, mindlessly waiting as though I'm just here to count the seconds as they tick away. I considered running around the city like I did last night, but I'm sure it wouldn't be of any use. I mean, if she goes out of her way to avoid running into me, I have no hope of catching her. We'll see, I guess. We made a promise after all. We decided together to rendezvous here. We still haven't fulfilled tonight's promise. I can't just crumple that promise up and throw it away. If Arcueid also considers it important, she'll come back here too. Continuing to believe and wait, that's the best atonement I can offer. Time marches on. The hands on my watch carefully and accurately mark the passing hours. It's gotten so late I feel like I'm suffocating. My body can't bear another minute of waiting. It wants to race off and start searching for her at once, not just sit here and wait like an ornament propped on a shelf. Despite that, my mind is calm. In the middle of the night, I stare fixedly at the moon and continue to wait. It's terribly quiet. It's like she and I are the only ones left in the world. If I can wait for her in a world like that, then no matter how many hours it takes, even if I end up waiting forever, I won't feel any pain. That's why I'm so happy right now that I can hardly breathe. The moon that had been twinkling overhead is beginning to dim. 3 hours left until daybreak. If the sun rises, it'll all be over for sure. Never again will Arcueid and I spend the night together, feeling this sense of contentment. Or so it feels anyway. I let slip a pitiful sigh. Was it a sigh at the ridiculousness of the situation? Or a sigh of dejection? Even I don't know. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Amidst the shadows behind the pavilion, I've been catching the occasional glimpse of a figure in white. It seems the person in question is trying to conceal themselves, but are absolutely hopeless when it comes to the stealth.
おい、もう3時だぞ。いつまで待たせるんだ、バカ。
Without standing up from the bench, I call out to the other side of the pavilion. There she is. Hell yeah. I hear a poorly stifled gasp. After a few seconds. Hey. I guess she gave up on trying to hide as she suddenly pops out into the open, like a rabbit appearing in a snowy field. Look at you. You're not gonna bite my neck, are you? Arcueid doesn't say anything. She doesn't approach the bench I'm sitting on either. Just stands there with her eyes downcast.
Arcueid.
I call out her name, but she doesn't even look up at me, let alone respond. I'm at a loss for what else to say. The words I'd been piecing together in my mind all vanished the moment I saw that face. Damn it, I just don't know what I can say that'll bring a smile back to her face. I get the sense that no matter what I say right now, it'll only make her even sadder. It feels as though this moment is stretching on forever. In reality, probably fewer than 100 seconds expire under the second hand of my watch. Arcueid suddenly looks up, as though something has caught her attention.
Shiki, いつまでも帰らないんだもの。放っておけなくて来ちゃったわ。本当はこのまま部屋に帰ろうって思ってたのに。
Her voice faltered slightly here and there as she spoke, but for the most part, it carried the same cheerful tone it always held.
そりゃ帰らないよ。お前はもう会わないとか言ってたけど、それとこれとは別問題だろ。ここで待ち合わせるのが俺たちの約束だ。一緒に吸血鬼を倒してくれるんだろ。
That's why I want you to stop making that face. I find myself desperately wanting to shake off my own self-restraint and just capture her.
信じられない。まだそんなこと言ってるの？
ああ。アルクエイドとの約束は破らないって言っただろ。今夜はまだお前の手助けをしていない。
いいよ。もうそんなのはいいの。シキは一人で帰って。ドアのことなら私が何とかしてみせるから。
いいって何がいいんだ、アルクエイド。
言うまでもないでしょ。やっぱり私は吸血鬼でシキは人間だっていうことよ。私はシキに助けてもらう資格なんてなかった。協力なんて求めてはいけなかった。そんなことにも気づかないままで、私はあと少しであなたを台無しにしてしまうところだった。だから。
That's enough, I hear her mutter. I suppress the urge to scream. Why even mention that now? I've been prepared for that eventuality from the moment I said I'd cooperate with you. I knew what I was getting into when I made that vow. But ending things like this, where's the good in that?
アルクエイド、ここでのことなら気にする必要はないだろう。お前は体が弱ってて、ただ疲れていただけなんだ。俺はバカだからさ、お前の嘘に気づいてやれなかった。お前を苦しめてたのは、体の傷なんかじゃなくて、吸血衝動ってやつだったんだろ。俺の血が欲しくて、あんな真似をしたんじゃない。
あいつら、 埋葬期間はいつからそんなにおしゃべりになったのかしらね。
Arcueid lets out a sigh, her expression more tired than hateful.
ああ、話は全部聞いた。全部聞いた上で、はっきり言ってやる。お前には問題なんてないよ、アルクエイド。今は苦しいけど、何日かすれば元に戻るんだろう。なら、気にする必要はない。それにあの夜だって、あんなに苦しそうだったのに、ちゃんと我慢できたじゃないか。だから大丈夫だよ。これからも、今までみたいにやっていける。
Arcueid manages a frail, forlorn smile.
シキは全然わかってない。無理なのよ。こうなっちゃったら。私は今でもシキの血が欲しいと思っているんだから。
思ってるだけだろ。なら、気合い入れて我慢しろ。今までだって、そうやって頑張ってきたんじゃないのか、お前は。
そうよね。今までそうやって自分を抑えてきた。いえ、抑えてこれた。けど、もうダメみたい。私は浅はかで、吸血鬼殺しだけが私の意味なのに、余分なことをたくさんしちゃった。何も知らなければ、何かを欲しいだなんて思うこともなかった。シキなんかに頼らず、自分だけで敵を追っていればよかった。そうすれば、一人で何もかも片付けられたのに。
It's no good. Going up against her really does bring out the worst in me. I mean, what she just said has got me really pissed off. So much so as it makes me want to cry. You'd have been better off doing it alone? I don't care whether it's an outright lie or just a bluff. Don't go spouting that garbage while making a face like that.
もう頭くる。いい加減にしろ、この最上級バカ女
！Tearing my hair out, I stand up from the bench and scream my head off at Arcueid.
最上級バカって言った今。
ああ、気に食わなければ惑星級でも銀河級でも何でも付け足してやる。ふざけやがって。何が自分だけで敵を追ってればよかっただ。一人じゃ無理だから。一人じゃできないことがあるって気づいたから、俺に手を貸せって言ったんだろ。なら、最後まで頼れよ。俺が助ける。何があっても、お前が何でも、関係ない。俺は、ずっとお前を、助けるから。
So please, for your own sake.
二度と、もういいなんて、言わないでくれ。
Not now. Not now that she'd finally begun to think that life can be fun. I don't want her to let go of that simple happiness so easily.
シキ、あなた、泣いてるの？
わけないだろ。なんで俺がお前のために泣かなくちゃいけないんだ。
Even supposing my eyes are wet right now, it's just because I'm angry. Arcueid was spouting such absurd nonsense earlier that my emotions got the better of me, that's all.
もう
Yeah, right.
とにかく吸血鬼探しは続けるからな。ロアとかいうやつを殺せば、お前だって休めるんだろ。そうすれば万事解決だ。問題なんて一つもない。
Not wanting her to see my moist eyes, I turn and talk over my shoulder. Quietly, and with awfully calm eyes, Arcueid nods her head.
でも、やっぱりダメなんだ、シキ。あの時、シキの首筋に触れた時、シキは私は我慢できていたと言ってくれたけど、私は我慢できなかった。一瞬だけ止まったのは、シキが私を怖がったから。 私、今まで何人もの人間に怖がられてきた。だから自分に向けられる剣王の念なんて、もう何も感じなくなってた。でも、おかしいよね。シキが私をそういう風に見るのだけは、すごく嫌だったんだ。私はどうあっても、シキにとって化け物なのに。
She chuckles, a dry, forced laugh.
違う。俺は怖がってなんかいない。あれはいきなりのことだったから、驚いて。
A lie. A lie I couldn't even fool myself with, just like Alco told you, huh? Arcueid averts her gaze, a pained look in her eyes. The kind of lie Sensei warned me about. A lie you can't even fool yourself with will only hurt the people close to you.
私が一瞬だけ止まったのは、そのせい。シキにそんな目で見られるのが怖かった。この先も、あんな目で見られたら私はきっと壊れてしまう。だから、シキとはもう会えないって思ったの。それがきっと、お互いのためなんだって。待っていてくれてありがとう、シキ。でも待ち合わせはここで終わり。私たち、きっと慣れ合いすぎたのよ。
Suddenly she turns her back to me. It was as if she didn't want to see my face as she spoke those words. What she said is certainly true. If the two of us hadn't gotten to know each other so deeply, this would never have happened. I'd have easily fallen back into the routine of my ordinary life, and Arcueid would have gone on alone, as she always has. And neither of us would be worried about the other.
そうだな。本当に、慣れ合いすぎた。けど、俺はそれでいいと思うよ。だって、いつまでも一人きりは、寂しいだろ。
Arcueid doesn't respond. I see her shoulders tremble, if only for a moment.
町のことは心配しないで。私は絶対にロアを殺す。相打ちになっても必ず仕留める。だからシキはもういいの。この町はすぐに元の形に戻って、心配するようなことはなくなるから。
The voice over her shoulder doesn't have any of its normal cheerfulness. I can't bear it anymore. I'm done with just standing here and listening.
バカ。俺が心配してんのは、そんなことじゃない。
I approach Arcueid. I reach out to that fleeing back, place a hand on her shoulder, and forcibly turn her around.
シキ。
はっきり言わなくちゃわかんないんなら口にする。
Oh, is he gonna confess to her? Oh, shit.
俺が手助けをすると言ったのは、街を騒がしている吸血鬼を倒すためじゃない。自分が住んでいる街を守るとか、そんなご大層な理由なんて、本当はなかったんだ。
Is he gonna say something like, I really just wanted to be with you or something like that? I may have lied and said that I did, but I was just trying to convince myself as much as anyone else. It was nothing more than a shameless excuse. I simply...
単純に、お前が好きだから、お前の力になりたかったから、協力するって言ったんだ。それを今さら、なかったことになんて、できない。
I say it clearly. I wrap my arms around her and hold her trembling body close. There was no opposition in Arcueid's voice. Dumbfounded, standing perfectly still, she accepted my embrace.
お前が、俺の血を欲しいと思っているのなら、それでいい。
At the soft sensation, I feel a burning thirst.
シキ、痛い。腕、痛いよ。
Her voice in my ear sets my heart on fire.
そんなもの、ホワイトだ。だって、
With my gaze, I say the things that shouldn't be put into words.
俺だって、ずっと、お前が欲しいって思ってた。こうしている今も、アルクエイドの心音を聞いて、気が狂いそうなくらい、浴場してる。
Emanating from the arms I'm holding tight, from the body pressed against mine, I can feel the palpitations of Arcueid's heart.
違うよ、シキ。それは、ただこの瞬間だけ、私に気が触れてるだけだもの。
それでもいい。今アルクエイドを愛してるなら、それが塔の式の真実だ。その後のことなんて知らない。それとも、俺のこと嫌いか。
The rhythm of her heartbeat falters.
ダメ。その質問には答えられない。
I no longer feel her heartbeat. Instead, I feel her arms wrapped tightly around my back, as if in response. At first, it was gentle, but soon it became so fervent as to be more than just an answer. Arcueid drew me close with both arms, squeezing my body against hers. The embrace lasted but a moment. I'm not even really sure myself who ended it. But, as if by some unspoken agreement, we release our entwined arms to meet each other's gaze. Arcueid's head remains bowed, but she's blushing nonetheless. Moved by her expression, I let out a sigh of relief. She's really here, right now, right in front of me. I'm certain that the two of us will never again be apart.
よかった。やっとアルクエイドを捕まえた。正直に言うと、ずっと怖かった。俺はあの時、お前にひどいことをした。
Arcueid's hair flutters. She lifts her head as if she has something to say, but as soon as she meets my gaze, she looks away again, blushing.
ダメだよ、シキ。あのことは忘れましょうって言ったのに。
Arcueid's voice is frail. Just how much more insensitive can I get? Arcueid was trying to avoid bringing up what happened in the alleyway out of consideration for me.
悪い。俺がバカだった。これじゃあ、お前のこと怒鳴る資格なんかないよな。
そうじゃなくて、責任があるとしたら、それは私の方。だから忘れてって言ったのに。
I don't believe it. Maybe she isn't a vampire after all, but some sort of succubus. How the hell am I supposed to forget when she looks at me like that?
違うよ。俺が悪いと言ってるのは、昨べのことじゃない。俺がバカだって言っているのは、忘れるべきことをどうしても忘れられないからだし。
シキ？
今日だって、朝からずっとお前のことを考えてた。お前に会えたら、なんて謝って、なんて言ったらいいだろうってずっと考えてた。なのに、お前に謝りたいと思いながら、俺はあの時のことが頭から離れなかった。もう一度、もっともっとアルクエイドに触れたいって。
Arcueid averts her gaze from me. I'm the same way. I can't look straight at her anymore. Realizing I might have just said the unspeakable, I can't look at her in the eyes. But it's the honest truth. It wasn't Arcueid's mystic eyes that made me do what I did. I was just crazy about her, and I still am. There's no reply from Arcueid. We were each waiting for the others to say something, and so the silence just stretched on.
当のことを言えばね。
Her words come hesitantly, shyly, as though quietly owning up to the prank.
私だって忘れられなかったよ、シキ。
While gazing directly into my eyes, she says those words. Crap. I embraced her a little too forcefully. But who could blame me? If a face like that doesn't drive you crazy, you'd better just resign from your post as a living thing. Well, anyway.
ごめん、いきなり抱きついた。
I really am an animal, aren't I? I hear a soft chuckle escape her lips. Leaning into me, Arcueid wraps both her arms around my back once more.
シキってすごいね。
She pulls me tight with her arms. The sensation. I feel like I'm melting.
すごいって具体的には。
すごく乱暴。今まで出会ったどんな人より野蛮で笑っちゃった。
Ah, I'm sorry. I'm all too aware of that myself.
でもおかしいね。殺した男と殺された女がこうして抱き合ってるなんて。
As she whispers that, Arcueid's body starts trembling. Is her wound hurting?
大丈夫か、アルクエイド。
多分嬉しいんだと思う。いろんな感情が溢れてきて、体がポワッとして、方が自分のものじゃないみたい。自分が今どんな顔をしているかわからないくらいに。ねえ、シキなら私がどんな顔をしているかわかるかな。
無茶言うな。抱き合ったまま顔を見られるもんか。でも
I squeeze my arms around her just a little tighter. With just the right amount of force, I hold Arcueid close.
でもきっと同じ顔をしていると思う。俺もさっきから頬がバカみたいに緩みっぱなしだ。
Aww. We laugh, our bodies press together. It isn't lust so much as a strong joy that warms our chilled bodies.
シキ、
I hear her whisper directly in my ear. She murmurs to me with a drowsy peacefulness in her voice.
私を守ってくれるのなら、今夜は帰ってほしくない。
She buries her face in my shoulder. There's only an hour left until dawn. The night is fading. Arcueid's time is over. I feel the same way. There's no way I could bear to part with Arcueid now.